It's actually relatively level, which is weird. Whoa, that way it's not. Not at all. Not even a little. Reincarnated druid, that's the doctor? Nice! That's pretty badass. No. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. It's the other way. This is my high-tech leveling tool. It's a folded piece of paper. Very high-tech. Please don't steal my patented technology, ladies and gentlemen. Patent. Level up! Yes. Or in this case, level out! I can't win, so I do my best guess on it for the most part. But if it's not level, all the paint will go like, so. It even makes that noise when it does it. It's really gross. Okay, good enough. Mostly I'm using this particular canvas and whatnot because I bought way too many of this size because they were on sale for a while, so. You leveled your desk with a bottle cap. Nice. I used a piece of old flooring from when I redid all the floors in the back of my house. So on that back corner of my desk, there's a piece of, like, floating floor. It's pretty stupid, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so I may have to mix more white. In fact, I probably will, but I'm just gonna do a thin layer of white. Do I have it? Oh! Cat, that was a terrible idea, sir. Sir! Sir, please! Okay, please! Okay. So, I have a bunch of these, like, little tools, but as you can see, I was a dumbass and didn't really clean these off, this particular one off. They're actually for auto-detailing. Whoops. So, this one's slightly cleaner. We'll go to the medium-sized one here. Slightly being the operative word in this sentence here. I'm very bad about cleaning up after myself. Please don't tell my mom. Guys, don't tell my mom! Oh yeah, buying, nice. Yeah, I actually was, talking with, I have to actually call them back, a construction company, about either doing an addition or just finishing my basement, so I actually have dedicated space for this. Because right now, I'm on my old desk, which is back to back with my new desk. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more weight. And, yeah, it is unpleasant, to put it mildly. What the fuck is this? Okay, that's random. And that's why I wear gloves, because I'm always picking stuff out of the canvas and stuff. It's amazing. So all I'm gonna do is basically try to get like a thin layer of the white on here. There's this really cool guy that does a lot of work with he does flow paintings, but mostly with an airbrush, which is why I bought my air compressor and what have you, on YouTube. And this is he did this with one of his paintings, and I tried it with the other one the other night, and this is how I caught this effect. Also, I watch a lot of YouTube now. I'm sorry, in advance. It's also why I have a bunch of pipettes sitting over there, and I do absolutely no science. Which is a tragedy, because science is fun! Alright. So, right now, it's not exactly an even layer or what have you by any stretch of the imagination, but really the goal here isn't necessarily to have cat hair in it, which I just removed. It's to just allow for the paint to kind of bleed a little bit. So there's an effect that I figured out how to do, actually, called dendrites. But this is kind of like a pseudo way of doing it. You normally do it by adding flow aid and what have you, but because this is so goddamn watery, as you can see, it's like water. It kind of dupes it a little bit. Oops, I missed the corner here. There we go. Inevitably, I will miss a spot because I don't have enough light on or something, so feel free to yell at me if you see one. It's completely dry. Like, no joke, I'm always looking at YouTube for, like, new techniques and ideas and stuff. It's kind of fun. Alright, so the original one that I'd seen with this basically just kind of did a sine wave, and that's what I did the other night, which is, it is what it is. Let me get this out of here. We don't need no stinking stir stick! Or at least not right now. So let's see. Let's do something. Something. Interesting. So, when I did this before, because they were all super watery, it bled a little more, but you could see it a little bit here along the edge. It's sort of bleeding in, so I think once I add more white back in, it'll bleed more. It's really funny how much of this shit is, like, just all fluid tension and random stuff along those lines. It's hysterical. Especially with the person that never took a physics class. Shh, don't tell. It'll ruin my street cred. Drip off, you jerk! There we go. Now you can see it a little more better. More better. That's English. Derp. With the pink up here. See here along the edge how it's fuzzing a little bit? That's what I was going for. And you can see it a little bit here. I absolutely love the instrumental soundtrack for The Matrix. I completely had forgotten how much I loved it until recently. And also, Juno Reactor is so underrated. So underrated! Alright, so... let's see. You'll see what I mean when I start doing this. Fill in a couple of holes here and there, you can see them. Like up here. Here. I'm probably going to tilt it a little bit, so prepare your butts, but as you can see, I missed a paint goober, like that. Get back in the cup, jerk. Back in the cup. Back in, bad monkey. There we go. But I am going to need more white over here, especially. But you can see it here, bleeding in a little bit. That's why I'm pushing it in here a little. You can see what I'm talking about. here. Here. You can do this with just water if you want, but I like the shininess of the pouring medium, so. One sec, I gotta grab some of it out, speaking of. We here in Massachusetts do not joke about the pouring medium. I'll tilt this in a second. Let me just mix this up while I'm thinking about it. Woo-wee! Alright, so this is pretty hot slop right now, as in it's very loose. That just sounds weird, and I'm not going to say this anymore. So this is what I was talking about when I have pipettes sitting here. So I'll just put a bunch of the paint in here and then drop it. Just a little more precise so I can fill in the gaps I'm seeing. I'm not sure how visible they are on the camera, but sitting here I could see it, like there's little bald spots where I could see down to the canvas, which is what I'm filling in right now. I'm gonna have to even it out in a second with tilting. The downside of these is I always end up creating bubbles when I do it, so. Because I'm a doof. Alright. There's one. Another. Here. 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 And the colors are starting to bleed a little bit, which is cool. Fun little tie-dye effect. Oops. Oh, I was gonna do that anyway. Fuck it. Here. And there's happy little mistakes. Balls. What else? Here. Here. Here's hoping I guesstimated correctly. Either way, when I tip it around, it'll... That's the nice part about the pouring medium, it's self-leveling. So, if I flub it, it'll figure it out, one way or the other. And pardon me for not, like, if you're talking and I'm missing it a little bit, I just kind of got to work a little quickly before this stuff starts drying. It gets I didn't put slow dry in here. Didn't think about it till just now. Bubbles are goobers, yeah, a little bit. But you can see it a little bit, like how it'll start bending a little bit when I start tilting. I'm just trying to make sure like there's enough like white here to give it space to go. Should be. So the reason I went to the box instead of keeping with the plastic bin is because it's a little bigger, so when I start tilting, I won't get paint everywhere. It'll, theoretically, please note the theory here, say semi-contained. And while I pretty much abandoned this these shirts with lines of paint on them now. Yeah, you like this one? I like this one too. My biggest problem with these things is coming up with a name. I never can think of names. Boop. There we go. But yeah, the effect is pretty cool. Like, when you put a more liquid paint underneath, it does a lot of fun things. And the cool thing is it doesn't seem to be moving very much, which is awesome, so... It'll probably dry exactly like this, which is awesome. Yeah, RPGs naming characters, like, legitimately, never can think of one. It took me, like, longer to come up with a name for my D&D character than it did to make the character. Like, I'm just terrible at naming things. Absolute butt. Yeah, this actually turned out pretty well for an on-the-fly idea. And I like the little bits of negative space here and there that you can see. There. So yeah. I'm just cleaning up bits and bobs here, but yeah. I did not use the fire this time, so I'm sorry. I will use the fire the next time. I only do that torching usually when I use silicone. I wasn't feeling cells tonight, because I'm going to get them inadvertently anyway. I don't know how much you can see this, but like, see how like the purple's coming up a little bit through here? Those are cells, and they're like, every fluid acrylic community I look at, they're all like, cells! And I'm like, you don't need them in everything! Burn the heretics! Yeah, is that why you named in the water? I was wondering that. That's funny. But yeah, so... The other part that's kind of nice about this is this stuff that I didn't use. I can just basically put cellophane wrap on it on top of this, as long as it stays relatively airtight. I can just use it later. But I used up all the white because I'm a racist like that.
That's racist.
But I'll put a little plastic sheeting on those and keep it for later. I have another thing I want to use it for. Yeah. If I do this again, I might just do like 1 or 2 spots and like get this stuff going a little bit more clearly, but this is just pretty cool. I think I like this one like this. Actually, can I do this? I don't know if that helps clear up you can see the colors a little bit more. This is the LED light I usually use if I'm taking a picture while it's still wet or what have you. It's really dark purple, and when it dries, it'll stay about that color. They usually darken a little bit, so some of these little veins may darken a little bit, but yeah. It's dripping a little off the edge here, but not too much in here. That's not too bad. That's why I leveled the canvas, to keep it from moving. But yeah, that's it. This is 16 inches by 20 inches. So, I have a bunch of canvases this size. I'll have to figure out if I can actually use the air compressor and stream. I might have to just not have a mic on for it, but yeah. That's it for me for the evening. Sorry it's not very long, but I have to go to sleep because I have to go to work tomorrow because I'm one of the few people in management that's in the office physically. How terrifying is that? I have a bunch of stuff scanned in on Society 6. Do I not have it linked in here? It might not be. I post a lot of it on Instagram, and I do also post it on Twitter, usually, on my Twitter account. This should work, I think. Hang on, I'm typing on an iPad, so it's taking me a touch. Ah! Don't autocorrect me, you son of a bitch! It's just Chaotica, it's not chaotically. Okay. Yeah, so, like, I scanned a bunch of the stuff. I could also just stand up. Hang on. This is another one I did. But this is what I was talking about, how, like, I was pissed off at it. Did a little bit of crazing here, so I have to fix it. I have to do a repour on it. Oh, this one's a little... There's a couple. I'm behind on scanning a little. So, like, there's some here that I haven't scanned yet, but this one I didn't like very much, which is why I, like, left it the way it is. But I like the outside edge, but I don't like the inside at all. So I have to repour this, but... the red's muddied too much. Oh, for the other one? Yeah, no, not that one. But beach-related does definitely make sense. Yeah. Jokingly, this one got named, Hellmouth. But this is what I mean, like, this has actually got 3 different shades of red in it. But they mixed so much, they muddied, so that's why it's, like, not too cool. It's also really dusty. Which I probably shouldn't be dusting over the other thing, but whatever, it happened. The funny part about this one is it's really cool looking. And this is the same purple that's in this. It will not scan. Like, it literally cannot scan this. It just can't. The scanner can't differentiate. It's kind of funny. But those are just the ones that I have sitting here. Like, I have a shelf here on my desk. Oh, there's this one that I did. That's also a repour. Hang on a second, let me see if I can detach it here. This one crazed so much and it made me sad because it's really cool looking. I have to completely just fill all these cracks with pouring medium and redo it. But yeah, this was my first attempt at a swipe. But as you can see, it does this when the paint is too thick and it dries at different rates. So, but it's actually really, like, the colors worked out really well. So I have to redo it. Most of the other ones are just in the other room or on a wall. Oh, you might like this one, Pyro. Hang on. It doesn't have a name. You want me to name it Pyroclasm? So this is the same colors, but swiped with black. And you could see, like, the veins and stuff. That's all silicone. That's why it's got all the bubbles. You like the texture? That's funny. But yeah, same colors. This is the one I did the other night with the air compressor. As you, like, this is what I was talking about, the white being blobby. It also doesn't have a name. yet. I have to fix this. I accidentally, like, touched it while it was still drying. I gotta put some blue in here, but... I like the air compressor because it does wispy effects like this. I just have to practice at it more. I haven't used it. This is literally the first one I did, so... Yeah, that's my next thing to work on, is the air compressor stuff. Yeah, somebody was saying it kind of reminded them of, like, looking at polar ice caps. You like blueberry creamsicle? Nice. I'll just post all of these in there from now on, and you can name them, okay? Narge. This one keeps doing that. It's really annoying. You can't see it, but I can. It's driving me nuts. Stay, bitch. I'll kick your ass. Pop. Thank you. It keeps making little bald spots up here, and I don't know why. It's only in this corner. But yeah, that blue one is where I saw this effect for the first time, which is why I'm like, So, this time I was purposefully going for it as opposed to that time where I wasn't. The things that I leave on my desk for useful art tools now are kind of hilarious. Toothpicks for picking out cat fuzz because Opie sheds and his fur goes everywhere. He sucks like that. For those that don't know, Opie is my Norwegian forest cat. So it's pretty much his life's mission to shed. It's kind of what he does. He's very good at it. If he could get paid for shedding, he totally would make a fortune. I don't know if you guys can actually see this shit as I'm pulling them off, but this is the cat hair right here. Let Nelks name them all? I'm kind of down with that, actually. That'd be pretty funny. But I'm not sure how many paintings I can sell that are all named Pussy Wagon. Pussy Wagon, Bitchin' Pussy Wagon. Because you know he's going to name at least one of them Bitchin' Camaro. I'm just looking for cat hair right now so I can try to pull it out before it dries. Like that. I swear to God, Pyro, he probably would, if he was like in the woods, he would just rip out clumps of fuzz to do that. It's insane. I am literally just pulling pieces of cat hair out right now. With a toothpick. Normally, nobody gets to see me do this, but you guys are lucky. Congratulations. And that's kind of also why I wanted to get a separate basement room, because then I can have it be less cat occupied, so this doesn't happen as much. It's why I can't work with resin at all right now either, because the cat hair will just get stuck in it, and it cures a hell of a lot faster than acrylic paint, and I would never get it out. Oh, music's over. That means I need to go to sleep. But, as you can see, I will post a picture in the morning. This should theoretically be dry by then. I legitimately, I was thinking about doing that cat crumbs. I like that one. It's not cat fur, it's cat crumbs. Authentic cat crumbs in every painting. It adds to the value. Oh, Pyro, I post them on Facebook, too. Yeah. It's like a friggin' clean room. Pretty much need to do that. Friggin' Opie's fur ends up everywhere. I found cat